Picture the biggest moment in soccer. The stadium is loud, the clock is winding down. Your team wins the ball in the middle of the field. Suddenly, there are only a few seconds to decide what happens next. Do you pass wide? Do you turn? Do you spot the runner making a run behind the defense? Do you slow the game down? Or make the one bold pass that changes everything? At the World Cup level, physical talent matters, speed matters, strength matters, technique matters. But playmaking often starts somewhere else. Focus. The best players don't just see the ball. They scan the field, process movement, ignore distractions. They recognize patterns and make decisions under pressure. That is brain performance in action. While most of us may never play in a World Cup match, we all rely on many of those same mental skills every day. Focus, memory, decision-making, problem-solving, learning, and the ability to stay calm when life gets busy. In this video, we're talking about why brain health matters, how you can train your brain in practical ways, and how small, consistent challenges can help support a sharper, more engaged mind over time. When people hear brain health, they often think only about memory, and memory is important. But brain health is much bigger than remembering names, appointments, or where you put your keys. It includes your ability to concentrate on a task, learn new information, solve problems, regulate emotions, make decisions, communicate clearly, and adapt when circumstances change. Think about a soccer midfielder. Before receiving the ball, they may scan over both shoulders, notice defenders closing in, recognize a teammate's run, and decide what to do before the ball even reaches their feet. That kind of awareness is not random. It is a combination of attention, pattern recognition, processing speed, and practice. The same is true off the field. At work, you may need to sort through competing priorities. At home, you may need to manage schedules, conversations, and responsibilities. When learning a new skill, you need to stay patient through the awkward beginner stage. Your brain is involved in all of it. And like physical fitness, cognitive fitness is something worth supporting throughout life. Not only when you feel like you need to fix something. Harvard Health describes brain training as more than simply doing a puzzle once in a while. The strongest approach is to keep learning, keep challenging yourself, and practice consistently. One of the most important ideas in brain training is simple. Your brain benefits when it has something meaningful to work on. Not just something easy, not just something you have done 1,000 times, something new. When you learn a new activity, your brain has to pay attention. It has to process unfamiliar information, make mistakes, adjust, and try again. That could mean learning a language, taking up an instrument, trying a new form of exercise, painting, writing, learning a new recipe, or even studying the strategy behind a sport you love. Harvard Health highlights activities that combine learning with ongoing practice. The goal is not to be perfect immediately. The goal is to keep giving your brain a reason to adapt. This is why a playmaker doesn't improve simply by watching highlights. They improve by practicing first touches, scanning before receiving the ball, learning how defenders react, reviewing mistakes, and repeatedly putting themselves in situations where they have to make better decisions. The challenge has to be real enough that it requires effort. If an activity is too easy, your brain can run on autopilot. But when you are learning something unfamiliar, you are actively building skills. That is also why it helps to embrace being a beginner. You may not sound great when you first learn guitar. You may struggle with a new language. You may feel clumsy trying a new dance class or sport. But that discomfort can be part of the process. It means you are engaging with something that requires attention, learning, and growth. One of the most practical ways to support brain health is to move your body. Regular physical activity has been associated with benefits for cognitive functions, such as memory recall, problem solving, concentration, and attention. Harvard Health also notes that activities involving both movement and learning may provide an especially engaging challenge because they require you to think while you move. Soccer is a great example. You are not only running, you are tracking space, timing movements, communicating, reacting to opponents, and making decisions. But you do not have to play soccer to get the benefit of combining physical and mental engagement. Try a dance class where you have to remember steps, learn a new swimming stroke, take up tennis, martial arts, pickleball, yoga, or a hiking route that challenges you to navigate and adapt. Even a walk can become more mentally engaging if you use it to learn something new, practice a language lesson, or explore a route you have never taken before. The key is not to make every workout complicated. The key is to regularly include activities that make your body and brain work together. Movement supports the body, and a healthier body can help create a better foundation for attention, energy, sleep, and stress management. So, what does effective brain training look like? Harvard Health offers a useful framework. Choose activities that are challenging, complex, and practiced consistently. Let's break that down. Rule number 1, make it challenging. Choose something that stretches you. That does not mean choosing something frustrating beyond your ability. It means picking an activity where you have room to improve. If you already do crossword puzzles easily, try learning basic chess strategy. If you already walk every day, add a new movement skill. If you love reading, choose a topic that pushes you outside your usual interests. In soccer terms, it is the difference between passing the ball around casually and practicing under pressure with limited touches. Challenge creates attention. Rule number 2, make it complex. Complex activities involve multiple skills at once. For example, learning an instrument may involve reading music, listening closely, coordinating your hands, remembering patterns, and adjusting timing. Learning a language can involve vocabulary, pronunciation, listening, memory, and conversation. Playing a sport can involve movement, awareness, strategy, reaction time, and communication. The more an activity asks you to engage in a thoughtful way, the more it can become a meaningful workout for the mind. Rule number 3, practice consistently. This is where many people get stuck. They wait for a huge block of free time. They decide they need to practice for an hour every day. Then life gets busy, and the habit disappears. Instead, start smaller. Harvard Health recommends scheduling practice and prioritizing consistency over a large amount of time at the beginning. That could mean 15 minutes of language practice 3 times a week, 10 minutes of piano after dinner, a weekly art class, a Saturday morning soccer session where you work on scanning, first touch, and decision-making. Consistency gives your brain repeated opportunities to learn. Let's come back to focus. Focus is not about forcing yourself to stare at one thing endlessly. It is about directing your attention toward what matters and returning to it when distractions pull you away. In soccer, a player may need to block out the crowd, the pressure, the noise, and the last mistake they made. They need to stay present enough to recognize the next opportunity. In daily life, the distractions may look different. Notifications, multitasking, stress, unfinished tasks, and constant information. One practical way to train focus is to reduce the number of things competing for your attention. Try setting a short timer for one task. Put your phone out of reach. Close extra tabs. Decide what finished looks like before you begin. Another useful approach is to practice active attention. When you read, summarize one idea afterward. When you watch a soccer match, pause and predict the next pass. When you listen to someone, focus on understanding, rather than planning your response. When you learn something new, test yourself instead of only rereading. Focus improves through use, and it also improves when you give your brain recovery time. Sleep, movement, breaks, and moments away from constant stimulation all matter. You cannot expect your brain to play a full 90-minute match at maximum intensity without rest. If you want to get started, here's a simple 7-day approach. Day 1, choose one new skill you genuinely want to learn. Day 2, do 20 to 30 minutes of movement that requires attention, such as a new workout, a sport, a dance video, or a new walking route. Day 3, practice your new skill for 10 to 20 minutes. Day 4, challenge your focus. Work on one important task with distractions removed for 25 minutes. Day 5, learn something creative. Write, draw, cook, play music, or take photos with a specific goal. Day 6, add a social challenge. Have a meaningful conversation, join a class, or practice your new skill with someone else. Day 7. Reflect. What felt difficult? What did you enjoy? What would you like to improve next week? The goal is not to complete this perfectly. The goal is to build a routine where your brain is regularly asked to learn, adapt, and engage. The World Cup reminds us that great playmaking is not only about athletic ability, it is about awareness. It is about focus. It is about seeing the opportunity before everyone else does. Your everyday brain health works the same way. Keep moving, keep learning, keep challenging yourself. Choose one skill, practice it consistently, and allow yourself to be a beginner. Your brain is not asking for perfection. It is asking for engagement. If you found this video helpful, hit like and subscribe for more healthy lifestyle content. Click on the link in the description to try C13 and support healthy memory, focus, and mental clarity. And remember, every great play starts with paying attention.